Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi and today we're going to be doing a movie recommendation video. I'm going to be telling you guys about movies that I've watched and that I really liked, and I hope you guys would watch too, or you should most definitely watch. Most of these movies I'm going to be talking about are not really recent movies. Some of them are really old, but it's just I just watched them. If I tell you to watch a movie, best believe that you have to watch that movie because I don't watch stupid movies, you get. The weather is really gloomy, so I'm filming inside. Also, everything looks dark and so we're just going to be filming with this light. Let me show you guys what I'm using. This is what I'm currently using. I finally got my mic. I don't know if this mic is doing anything, but we'll find out eventually. Anyway, so I wrote down the points or things I want to say in this book. So if you find me looking down, because I don't want to forget anything, so I just wrote everything down. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this video. What I'm going to be talking about is Lady Bird. This movie is a coming of age movie. If you like coming of age movies, basically coming of age movies are movies where you see the character growing from teenagehood to like becoming a youth or an adult. It's a girl in her teenage years who is struggling with peer pressure, trying to get into college, but then she doesn't have good grades or anything like that. She also wants to leave states by all means. Like, she really wants to see the world and see like what else is there. This movie stars, I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but I'm going to put it somewhere in the screen, and Timothy Chalamet. Any movie I see this lady in, I have to watch it because, like, first of all, her acting is so good. This movie, because I like how made up her mind was. Like, she knew what she wanted and she was ready to like go for it. So the second movie I'm going to talk about is The Fallout. At first, when I saw the trailer of this movie, I was like, okay, this movie is nice, but I don't know if it's going to be very, if we can relate to it, because we don't really have gun violence in schools in Nigeria. But then I thought about the time when people were getting kidnapped in school. I can't relate to it in a way because there was a time that, you know, your loved one would go to school and then you would have to pray that they come back alive. The movie did not just talk about, you know, how gun violence is, how, you know, a school gets shut down. It didn't just talk about the school getting shut down. It also emphasized on the effect that the gun violence has on the victims and the survivors, basically. How it fucks up your mind, basically. Because, like, damn. Imagine like seeing somebody die in front of you in school and knowing that that could have been you. That's crazy. Anyways, this movie stars Jenna Ortega, and trust me, Jenna Ortega knows how to react in movies. Like, her facial reactions are always very nice. Plus, she's a very pretty girl. So next movie I want to talk about is Eve, and if you're not really into K-drama, you're probably not going to care about this one. If you think about this movie, forget your stereotype about K-dramas, honestly, because K-dramas, I know what you're thinking K-dramas are. K-dramas make a lot of sense. If you're not watching K-dramas, you're on a long thing. This movie is about a woman whose parents were killed in a coup, in a hostile takeover. Like, her parents' company was taken over by a competition company. After promising that she was going to pay them back in 100-folds, which she did, came back to like take her revenge. This movie is basically about revenge, but then I liked how planned out it was. But I must actually say, if I'm going to be honest, I don't like the way the movie ended, because it could have had like another ending. The writer was just like, you know what, let's end this movie in a, I don't know what to do, let's just end this movie. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. But I don't know. I really don't know. But that's what I feel. But the movie is nice. The movie is very nice. It has a good ending, not a great ending. But then I like how the revenge played out. I like how she plotted her revenge. I basically just like how everything played out in the movie. I also like one thing, how the villain in the movie was so oblivious to a lot of things that was going on in the movie. Like, this movie stars Soyujin, and I don't know the guy's name. That brings me to the next movie I'm going to be talking about, also starring Soyujin. This movie is titled It's Okay to Not Be Okay. This is also another K-drama that everybody, when I say everybody, I don't even just mean just the K-drama lovers, and I mean everybody, whether you like K-drama or not, everybody needs to watch this movie, because this movie basically emphasizes that everybody has their demons that they are trying to fight. And I do not mean like your bad habits, no. I mean like your trauma. Everybody has a trauma that they are trying to like overcome. It could be like a childhood trauma, it could be like something that just happened to you recently. It's about a caretaker and a children's book author, that were like friends when they were little, but like separated because of one thing or the other, and found themselves again in the future, and they both had miserable lives because of trauma. What actually matters is you defeating that trauma. One thing I like that they did in the movie is every time every person defeats their trauma, they go back to the birth of this trauma and what could have happened if they had stood up to that thing at that particular time. So what I'm going to talk about is Marriage Story. It's about a couple going through a divorce that realized that their marriage is not working. She realized that she was starting to lose herself, even know the kind of things she liked, only doing things that she felt would please her husband. She actually tried to fix the marriage, but then she realized this marriage, there's just some marriages that they're not fixable. Movie stars Scarlett Johansson and Adam. I also like how it shows that people can actually be in love, but like their marriage is not just going to work. There's also people that think you just need to be in love for a marriage to work, and then it's not just about love. Also, I like the fact that the movie also shows that some couples fight, go through divorce, and they never get back together. It's not your average happy ending movie where you see the couple fight and then at the end of the day they get back together. It's not that kind of movie. It's a very realistic movie. The next movie I want to talk about is Someone Great. If you don't like sad movies, you don't want to cry, don't watch this movie. Or maybe it's just me because I'm very emotional. This movie is about a lady going through a breakup with a long-term boyfriend. Dating for like I think 9 years or so. She's getting a new job, I think because of the distance. She thinks it's over for her, she's never going to be happy anymore whatsoever, because she feels like she's only happy with this person because that's the only person she has known. That's how she reminisces the good times, and not only the good times, also the bad times that they've had in the relationship. And starring Gina Rodriguez, and I don't know this guy's name, but I love him. Like I've loved him for a while. Any movie I see this guy, I have to watch it because you just know this movie is going to be weird. The movie will be, but it's be interesting. You just know. Anytime you see him, you just know. The next movie I'm going to talk about is Little Things. Okay, this is probably like the most uncomfortable movie to watch. If you like true crime, just like me, you're not going to like this movie. You will like it, but you will not like it, because this movie is one of the movies where you don't know what happens at the end. They just leave you wondering. And if there's anything true crime lovers do not like, is wondering what happens at the end. We want to know if this person was caught, you get. But like, there's no court in this movie. There was no court. There was only a suspicion but no court, which is one of the most unsatisfying things to see in a true crime movie. The movie is about two detectives trying to find out who a serial killer is. They have a suspect, then they end up killing their psychopathic suspect. Let me tell you why this person is psychopathic. The suspect acts like a psychopath, but they are not sure he's the killer, okay? But they end up killing him before he even confesses, or before they even find the body, or are able to prove that he is the serial killer. I like this movie for the same reason why it's because it leaves you wondering. The next movie I want to talk about is Bling Ligoshan. Okay, this is a Nigerian movie, and this is also one of my favorite Nigerian movies. This movie is about a man that ruins everything, like literally ruins everything he has because of greed. Ashawo is in his eyes. And because the shower is in his eyes, he lost everything. Like, he literally lost everything. He lost his company, almost lost his family. Put his family in debt. Like, I'm not even joking. Debt because of Ashawo. Not like the ladies and Ashawo, but because Ashawo is in his eyes. Man is married and has a family of his own, but ends up going after his friend's wife. His friend's wife, who doesn't have a family of his own. And his friend hereby takes over his company and sends him out of the company. Power struggle. It shows you the love-hate relationship between socialites. They'll tell you that they like you. They act like they like you, but they don't like you. So we want to talk about that I Want You Back. It's about people who were broken up with and trying to get back with their exes, but later on realize they don't even want to be with their ex in the first place. The next movie I'm going to be talking about is Death on Denial. Absolute favorite movie. Well, not my absolute favorite movie. My absolute favorite movie is Gentleman, but it's not on this list today because I've been talking about it way too much, so let's not talk about it today. This movie starts off with a lady who invites her friend over for a party to ask her to get her husband a job, but the husband to be ends up getting married to the friend. You can see how messed up that movie starts. Even actually Powell, trying to stop the murder. This movie stars Kenneth why do I not know how to pronounce all these people's names? And Amiyama, and Gal Gadot. So I love this movie because of how charismatic the detective is. Secondly, I love this movie because I like how the crime was solved. Basically, I like how Monsieur Paul, I just love how he solves his murder. It's like at the beginning, it's like he doesn't know what's going on. It's like he's confused, but then boom, it just solves everything. It's like, and then when he's telling you how everything went on, you're like, like you've been following, but you really don't know what's going on. You're just shaking your head because you really know that he knows what he's doing. It's probably the greatest detective in the world, so we can't argue with that. So the next movie I want to talk about is Man from Toronto. Okay, so this movie is the most chaotic, when I say chaotic, the most chaotic assassin movie I've ever seen in my life. So we're starring Kelvin Hart and Woody Harrelson. Okay, these two people in a movie, oh no please, it's like a disaster waiting to happen. This movie is about a common man that gets mistaken for an hitman and now has to do the job the hitman was assigned to do. This movie is just crazy, honestly. You just need to watch it. That's all I have to say. Next movie I want to watch is Little Women, and oh my god, this movie is amazing in several kind of ways. This movie, I actually started reading the book first of all, but then I was taking too long to read the book because, like, first of all, it's on my phone, and it's one of those movies that you don't want to watch more than once, but you want to watch more than once. You want to keep watching it, but you know that you shouldn't keep watching it because when you keep watching it, you lose the sweet part of the movie. I don't know. This movie is also another coming of age movie out, you know, 4 sisters trying to find their way, but focusing on Joe and best friend Levine. Starring again Timothy Chalamet and Theresa Ronan. This movie made me understand that your love for someone can't cheat. You can have 2 sisters and like one sister before and start liking the other sister. Like in this movie, basically, the guy was like crazy about Joe. Just like, I don't want to hear about marriage. And then the guy realized later in the future when he left the States and later found a sister, was like, you know what? I think I love you. This movie also emphasizes on the fact that the person you think you're going to end up with, you might not end up with that person. The person everybody thinks you are perfect with, you might not always end up with that person. Funny thing is, you might end up with someone even close to that person. I like how the movie ended. I like how the movie played out. Honestly, I just like how the story was told. I like the whole setting of the movie. I liked the plot. Honestly, the literature, you know, students in me is coming out to play. And last but not the least, the number 1 on my list. Everything, everywhere, all at once. I saw on TikTok that this movie was literally number 1 on a lot of people's list. Honestly, this movie, if you watch this movie and you don't like this movie, you need help. Honestly, like, you need help because you need serious help. But first of all, the movie is quite complex, so if you don't understand the concept of multi-universe, it's going to be quite confusing. But then it's still very understandable if you sit down and focus. This movie is one of the movies that you cannot just brush over. Like, this movie is about a woman that questions her life choices and thereby projects this onto her daughter, trying to make sure she doesn't make the same mistakes or doesn't make mistakes with her life that she ends up regretting, therefore making the girl miserable. Because the daughter is miserable, she creates this monster that tries to destroy her in every universe. So this movie teaches kindness, love. It teaches all the good things: self-appreciation, self-acceptance. And it doesn't just teach you kindness, like being kind towards other people, it teaches you being kind to yourself. Because, like, you know how you make like choices and then you start to beat yourself up and you're like, wow, I've made this choice and my life is not miserable because of the choice I made. No, it teaches you how to move forward after making this wrong decision. It's like, okay, yes, I've made this wrong decision. What can I do to make myself better? What can I do to make my life better? That being said, we've come to the end of this video. Tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunties, subscribe to my channel to watch my videos. So share and share and share. Thank you guys for watching my video. I really appreciate you guys that are watching my video, honestly, because it means a whole lot to me. Also, if you guys like this video, let me know in the comment section so I can make a part 2 of the movies I like. Anyways, you guys, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and tell your mom, your dad, your family and your uncles, your aunties to subscribe to my channel. Bye.